Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm glad you stopped by to listen to my deep baritone voice. Before we get to the stories, let me give you a quick rundown of what my channel is going to be about. Some people have the darndest time falling asleep at night, so I intend to use my smooth, relaxing voice to help you fall asleep on those nights when you just can't seem to get any shut-eye. I will mainly read scary stories, but I will also venture into reading boring stuff like owner manuals and school textbooks. So, if that is something you can get down with, then by all means, tuck yourself in, adjust the volume to your liking, and get ready to black out to my smooth voice. Story number 1. I worked at a hospital, an inpatient psychiatric hospital. There was this boy. He was about 15. He originally came to our hospital in the wintertime. He had been aggressive and really depressed, but other than that, he was your average teen. A couple of months later, he was rehospitalized. This time, he had a completely different presentation. His affect was all wrong. He was cold, distant, and he hardly remembered me. One night, after I had gone home, he went to use the bathroom. After being in there for like 20 minutes, the staff went looking for him. With some verbal prodding, he reluctantly opened the door to the bathroom, and there he stood, completely nude, save for some feces, which painted him from head to toe. Oh, and 2 payday-sized turds he ferociously gripped in each hand. He then gestured all Matrix style to the staff with a sort of Neo-Morpheus come-hither gesture. The staff donned the hazard suits and then bull-charged them. He had smeared poop all over the walls and in the light switch. They sedated and restrained him that night. When I came in the next day, the nurses told me what had happened. I went to go check in on him since I had previously established a relationship and real rapport with him. He proceeded to ask me if I had ever been raped, had sex with a man, or seen God. Yeah. That was when I fully understood the power of psychosis, and I now have more empathy, understanding, and respect for all my majorly mentally ill clients. Story 2. A woman was admitted to the hospital at 2 a.m. after calling police and telling them that she had overdosed on some medications. Upon first examination, she was fine, but she wouldn't tell physicians or nurses at the hospital what she had taken, and they were concerned there might have been some acetaminophen, which can cause liver failure. So they wanted to hold her until they could perform some tests. Apparently, this woman was a frequent flyer, probably homeless, with a history of self-harm behavior. This particular instance, someone missed the self-harming part, and this patient was left alone and unrestrained at some point for 5 to 10 minutes. In that time, she managed to swallow several razor blades and needles, all sterile luckily. A fact which she gladly informed hospital staff of a few hours later. Cue GI surgery. Notably, during the surgery, one of the surgical nurses who was palpating a small intestine for any missed blockage or debris after the surgery, but before closing, ended up cutting her hand through the patient's small intestine when she closed her hand around an unaccounted for razor blade. Not a pleasant experience for anyone. The patient survived and was fine, but apparently wasn't even committed, just placed on a hold. Public funding for mental health is really low, so there isn't really a place for people like this if they are destitute, homeless, and are generally lucid, but with some problematic behaviors. Well, I hope you are fast asleep by now, so enjoy your rest, and I look forward to seeing you again. If you're not fast asleep, then you can listen to some of my other narrations, as they are sure to put you right into La La Land. Thank you for listening. I will return every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So until then, goodbye for now.